seeing what happened to Thomas Massie and to Senator Bill Cassidy before him, how do Republicans on ballots in November midterms face this dilemma of having to sort of separate themselves from a president who, as we just heard, is widely unpopular among the general electorate, but at the same time avoiding drawing the ire of the president that we already have seen multiple times comes with some serious consequences, and you risk losing your seat in Congress?
Well, President Trump's a very smart man who understands math well, so he understands that people have to conduct themselves differently in certain states. But I would pull back to my home state here of Georgia and use Congressman Mike Collins as an example. Congressman Collins has not been endorsed by President Trump, but he has been endorsed by many people in his sphere and many of these important organizations like Turning Point and Club for Growth. Congressman Collins is running very much as the MAGA champion in the primary. But when he comes to the general election, he has a compelling story to tell about how he is one of the few members of Congress who has authored legislation that was signed by both President Biden and President Trump. He is someone who's run a very effective office, and he's been able to deliver for the people of Georgia, regardless of who's in power, and pass bipartisan legislation under both administrations. So that is something that you can talk about in a general election and pivoting there once you complete your primary.
Katie, do you think this may come with a price, though, in states like Texas, for example? John Cornyn certainly seemed widely popular in that state. Ultimately, though, do you think that could come with a price, especially for for the Democratic opponent, that this could perhaps provide him with an upper hand?
I don't necessarily see it as coming with a heavy price. And a lot of folks I know in Texas are not too thrilled with Senator Cornyn. He's been there since 2002, since, I was in middle school. Probably time for a change there. What I will say, though, is when you look at the math, I think we're going to be in a good position come November. And I would just remind everyone that it is a lifetime in politics from May to November. In May of 2024, President Joe Biden was still the presumptive nominee for the Democratic Party. So a lot can change between May and November.